there's a deeper level of being taken care of. I notice the small things, and those things matter to me. Um,
For example, small thing, which small thing?
yeah, the small things like uh, if I'm cold and you get me a coat,
Yeah.
or like
Yes,
very
yes, and I
simple
like
things,
very simple, but
because that
you
means like being taken care of on
you
a
pay
deep
attention to small
level.
things. Yes.
Yeah. Um, just like reminders of like without being told. You notice who I am on a deep level, what I like, what I don't like. Maybe my middle name, for example. Sheesh, my birthday. Like, come on. Some people like just don't even bother. My favorite like book or song, like, just like important things, like the fact that I like coffee in the morning. Just things like that just have been so oblivious to some people.
Do you have in USA like some bare minimum which men have to make in order to consider him serious for family, for relationships, or it's kind of spontaneous?
Hmm, I honestly have not really dated a lot.
How
Because it's hard where I
it's hard?
live. Yes, I'm
Why it's hard?
in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's a little hard. Um, but yeah, if you don't treat people right, I like just can't even. Is that funny?
A little bit. And okay, so there is no bare minimum which men have to make in order you to consider
I
him.
think I think yes, but I can't say. Like,
Why?
I
It's
don't know. I just was not brought up that way of like saying, I don't know.
but what are you looking for in the man in a man?
I mean, many things. I can't just like name one.
No, I mean like
It's very hard
the main
when
things.
yeah, it's very hard when you come from such a good family and you're so well taken care
So you
of.
have like high standard women.
Yes, it's very hard. But really, it's more of like your heart, that's super, super important to me. Who you are as a person. And if you can take good care of yourself and take good care of me, and just if you can be calm and still with me, so we can hash the hard things out, because I know if we were able to have a family together, there are going to be difficult things and hard things. So,
Don't you think that many women like we not talk we don't talk about all the women, but many women consider that man when man is caring about woman and showing that he's like too much caring like love, women consider this as a big behavior and they want to basically switch to another man. What do you think?
I think a lot of women are like this. Yeah,
You see, it makes sense.
I do agree. It's not good.
So because we get this idea in our society that men should be very protective, very caring towards women. So many men like this. But in the end of the day, they get rejected by women because of this behavior. So men have to find solution to be mixed, not to be a total jerk, and like not
Yeah,
to be like
that
too
balance.
much caring. So it must be a balance.
I'm sure that's really difficult to be able to do, but part of me wants to say that actually all of me wants to say men and women should work together, not against each other. I really believe in that. And so if you are a good woman, you're going to be talking to your man, helping
Yeah.
him, supporting him, like not like demanding these things, but genuinely concerned and caring, and not in a
Exactly.
motherly
Exactly.
way, but just in a genuine way. You should be able to see and observe these things, and guide and help him just as much as he does with you. It doesn't have to be a difficult thing. It's just, you're there for a reason. You are to help each other.
Exactly. Do you agree that nowadays we live in this reality where like instant gratification? So when many people and especially women they in Instagram in TikTok they see that many guys successful, and for example, you might have a caring man. You might have a man who really care about you, and he's on his way to be successful. Maybe he already successful, but she sees some guy who like put his life to become a football star or like singer, and she comparing her man to that celebrity and start kinda like not be so appreciative to her man. Like, do you
Yeah.
think this is the case?
I think that does happen a lot, but I do think that there's ways to kind of to to fix that, right? Like I would hope that if I were in a relationship and it's going that way, that the person that I'm with, we could get back to where we started. And that's what I kind of said at the beginning, that you have to be very honest with what you want. And so in a relationship, what I would want is that we are being like grateful towards each other, being
Yes.
thankful, but you have to be talking about that. So it's like it could be something simple like every day or like every week you say what you're like thankful for or what you're grateful for. That's just my personal opinion and what I like to do. I kind of mentioned the journaling, but it's like that's what I'm looking for. And if I'm not finding someone who's kind of on that same level, then it's probably not going to work.
But will you be willing to delete Instagram if your man will tell you, listen, Instagram kinda ruining our relationship, and if you don't have any business in Instagram, like, will you be
I see
able
what you're
to delete?
saying. So I've been in relationships like this and stuff, and I think there's a lot of ways that you can kind of like I would be really happy if we had like a shared account, right? For like
Share account.
yeah, like Facebook or something. There's a lot of married couples because I think that's healthy, right? It's not healthy to like completely go ghost mode and like neither of you have anything. Like just be together. I really want a relationship where you're together on
Like
a
a
lot
team.
of
A
things.
team.
Yeah, exactly. I don't
Okay,
know. Why
and
not?
for example, now you don't have a boyfriend.
No.
You get back to America, or maybe you meet someone here. Like, in your mentality, in your vision, will you expect man to pay on the first date?
Yeah, probably because I believe in chivalry. It's
Chivalry.
yeah, and just the courting
Yeah.
and whatnot. And it doesn't have to be, you know, like it could be a date, like we go on a picnic, right? Like it doesn't have to be a dinner
Some
date or
fancy.
something. Like it could be whatever, but just showing that you're making an effort, I think, right off of the bat. Is super important to me, no matter what it is. Like, write me a note. I don't know, dude.
Yes.
Do something.
And last question, very
Yeah.
very good, like very strong question. Do you think who should love more in relationship? A man, woman, or woman, a man?
For what?
Like in relation, you are in relationships. Like, who should love more?
Love?
Love, yeah. A
Love.
man, woman,
Like love.
love, yes. Like,
I
you said that man should show his effort towards you,
yeah.
like. But when you get into relationships, like, would you want a man who love you more, or you love him more? That's a question.
I do kind of think that a man should love you like a tiny bit more, just a little bit,
A little bit.
just like a little tiny bit more.
But
But like I think you should love each other just as
no,
much.
you love each other, but like,
Yeah,
who love more? Always somebody love more a little bit.
yeah, maybe the man.
Maybe the man.
Just love me a little more.
But don't you think that don't you think that it will make you to look for something
Me?
else?
No, because I'm gonna love you no matter what, regardless. But you'll just love me a little more.
Yeah, but listen, most women has, like, I'm pretty sure that you already have some guy who tried to hit on you, and to
But I
kind
feel
of.
like women are way more mentally strong with that. Men, maybe not so much. So you have to love me more.
Yes, but who has most of the options, man or woman, regarding the opposite gender?
I think it's like situational, maybe. Like
Don't you
I
feel
thought I had no options.
you don't have options? But if you open now some dating website,
Yeah.
You will have probably hundreds of
Yeah, but it
thousands.
doesn't mean I act on those.
It doesn't mean that those options are the options which you want,
Yeah.
but
Because
it's
I would
still
want my man.
yeah, it's still the options.
Yeah.
Okay, it was nice to speak with you.
Yeah, that was great.
Yes, yes. In sunny Mykonos.
You know?
Finish.